So we've got an E30 in, doing an engine swap. It's currently an M40 automatic, so we're putting an M42 318AS engine in it and converting it to manual. So just about to start, I thought I'd make a video of it, so enjoy. So this is the current engine in the E30, belt driven M40 1.6. I'm going to get this removed. So currently just removing some of the parts off the M40 that we need. So sump, this is like a double sump, it has two pans. Just Ross is cleaning that at the moment. Engine mount arms off. So these are the M40 engine mounts. We'll be using them on the M42 engine. And as I said, the M40 sump off that engine will be going on the M42 as well as the oil pickup. So M40 sump is now on the top part of the sump is on the M42. Ross has just got the bottom part. Let's put a new gasket on it. We have to remove this bit that holds the alternator because it was in the way of the dipstick, and swap it with the bracket to hold the alternator off the M40. Right, so this is the M42. Just test fitting it into the bay of the E30 just to see what fits and what doesn't fit. Any of the forum posts I've been reading about people fitting M44s or M42s, they say the M42 E36 exhaust manifold doesn't work, and also the M44 E36 exhaust manifold doesn't work. I've tried the M42, this bit protrudes too much, hits the steering column, so that's no good, so I'll get an M42 one. But M44 does fit, it doesn't protrude as much here, so it clears the column. You can't put the engine in with the manifold on it because it'll touch the column, but once the engine's in, you can slide the manifold up and that fits. So that makes life a little bit easier. Engine wise, also on the forum posts, they say in M44 the manifold fouls the brake booster. That's not the case with an M42. I think the manifold is smaller, so plenty of clearance there. We swapped on, can't really see them down there, but the M40 gearbox mounts. Also got the M40 power steering pump fitted, and that's fitted basically in exactly the same place as where it was on the M40, so the lines and everything should be fine. Currently just got an E36 radiator sitting in there in place, but it's too wide. Yeah, the E36 radiator is too wide, so the E30 radiator, it had two output lines on it for the oil cooler for the gearbox because it was auto, so Ross is just going to see if we can get some blanking caps for that, and we should be able to use that one instead. The power steering pump did need slight modification. We had to use the M42 pump as the nose was slightly longer than the M40, so the M40 one wouldn't line up with the main crank pulley on the M42 engine. So we just used the mounts and the brackets off the M40 power steering pump and then put the M42 power steering pump on the E30. Basically they're exactly the same pumps, to show you the difference. So that's the M40 pump. Basically the E36 power steering pump is comes out to about there, so it lines up with the pulley. When this one was on, the belt was kind of at an angle. So M42 went on with the M42 brackets, and it mounts exactly originally to the sump as it does on the M40. Ordered a cross member from BMW, so should have that early next week. Need a gear linkage, a couple of other small bits. But at the moment I'm going to have a look at the wire and loom. The wire and loom on an E30 ECU goes in here on the driver's side underneath the steering wheel. On an E36 everything is over this side, so this loom is just twisted round at the moment. But what I need to do is open up all of this and take all the wires out, tidy it all up so the ECU is over here, and then I need all of this stuff over on the passenger side for the coil packs and for the diagnostic port. Yeah, so it's just a matter of basically opening all that up and rerouting it into the correct position. Yeah, so that's it. It's pretty straightforward at the moment. We are manually converting it as well, so it was auto, as I said. We're putting a new pedal box in, need a gear linkage, stuff like that. So hopefully by the end of next week we should have it all done. Just waiting on parts now at the moment, so can't really do a lot more with it today. I'm going to get the loom all sorted out, get that all tidied up. There's a couple of water pipes that need modifying. Just to go into the bulkhead for the heater matrix, but simple enough. We should have plenty of pipe here that we can use. Yeah, so that's it so far. Hopefully you're enjoying watching. It's not really a how-to guide, because as I said, we've never done one before. We've done M50s and M52s into E36s, but not done any M42s or M44 4-cylinders into an E30. So it's a little bit different. There's not as much information on these as there is on a 6-spot swap. Not many people have done them. I think most people think if they're going to swap an engine in one of these, it's just better to go with an M50 or M52 for the extra power. But to be honest, an M42, about 147 brake horsepower. They sit in the engine bay a lot better. They don't come over the front subframe. So the weight distribution, people would rather a 4-pot in E30 for drivability. Not everything's always about power, and an M42 engine, I've never complained about them. They've always been pretty decent. Yeah, so I'll get this wiring loom all sorted, and I'll show you then, once it's all done, where I've run it. I might video a bit as I do it. But yeah, so hopefully the video helps. If you are doing one of these, maybe you'll come across some information in it that'll help you out. Yeah, so hope you're enjoying. I am currently removing the spigot bearing using the bread method. The spigot bearing in the M42 I think is 14mm, and the spigot bearing that needs to be on the M42 when you're putting an M40 box is 12mm. So I'm just removing the spigot bearing to fit the new one. Right, so as you can see, engine is in. The loom is quite untidy at the moment, so just need to tidy all that up and route it into the correct place. This M42 has got these type of coil packs, and they normally on an E30 would mount here, so we need to make a bracket to mount these. ECU and everything normally will be on this side on an E36, so with the standard engine it normally be over here. On the E30 it needs to go in there but underneath the steering wheel, so we just need to unravel that a bit more, get it all taped up and route it into the correct place. Next on the list then is sort out the coolant pipes, get the radiator plumbed in. We fitted a Z3 steering rack and some new pipe work. I'll show you that when the car goes up in the air. But yeah, car all runs, started it yesterday, so just tidy everything up now and get it finished off. So that's the M42 into the E30 complete. See, looks quite tidy, all the loom is hid. It dries really good, quite quick for a 1.8. I'll do a full list of parts of everything we use for this, stick it in the video somewhere. I haven't filmed as much as I hoped, been busy working. But yeah, so I'll put a list of parts in. If you have any questions, drop me a comment and I'll help if I can. Once again, thanks for watching.